It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, drop it for your lift it up.
Good morning, my fair people. Hello, family. What's going on? Get up in here and like the video. We got a few things to discuss now. I can't give y'all a 2-hour live today, but I will give y'all a good show. Okay, we'll do about an hour, hour and a half, or whatever the case may be. But y'all, we got a few things to discuss. What today is? Wednesday. Happy hump day. Go hump something. Use protection though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, happy hump day to everybody. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day so far. It's been a day for me so far, but we're here. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all get the likes up on the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We do this every day. Well, Monday through Friday, we do a morning Joce, and I just try to help Joce y'all through the work day or whatever the case may be. You know, a lot of y'all put your little earpods in or whatever, and then just, you know, roll it out and just listen to the dog. You feel me? So that's how we roll around here. So y'all get in here and like the video. We got a few things to discuss. Now, a few things we're gonna go over are the Los Angeles fires. Did y'all know that Los Angeles is on fire like Maui was? Yeah, child. We're gonna discuss that. Angel Reese did a model for Vogue. She was modeling for Vogue. We'll get into that. That NICU nurse that we talked about, who was in there breaking them babies' arms and things of that nature. I got a little more tea on that as far as what's going on with her indictment and all that stuff. Jim Jones came out and said that Cam and Mase was best friends back in the gap. He said, but Mase used to do Cam dirty. Yes, he did. I said, oh, Drake back in the booth, y'all. Yes, he is. He's back in the booth. And who else we got? Mark Zuckerberg. Now he's backtracking on his censorship stuff. Girl, it's a time. It's a time. It's a time. It's a time. But y'all get up in here and like the video, and let's get right on into the tea. Now, first and foremost, let's start off with Angel Reese. Let me get her up here. Hold on, not there. Let me get Angel Reese up here. Wait, y'all watch the lady. Watch her crazy. I need to delete this lady off my thing, yeah. But for some odd reason, I don't know why, I just keep her there. You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm keeping this lady on here. She's just so weird. This is illegal. I know she's gonna say that if she ever watch my show. You posting my photos on your blog is illegal. I'm gonna say, girl, go lay down. Girl, ain't nothing illegal, girl. We just playing with your crazy looking self. You know what I'm saying? She do look crazy, girl. That's the lady that was allegedly stealing them people money down there and acting like she, you know what I mean? Like she was really doing something. But anyway, let's get into Angel Reese. So Angel Reese took the cover of Vogue. So again, they're turning Angel Reese into the celebrity and making, what's the girl name? And they're making Caitlin Clark the athlete, because they need to take Angel Reese out of the game, because how dare she be the face of the game. But she made the cover of Vogue. If you really care, I don't really care about Vogue. I guess if you're a celebrity, it's just like the bee's knees. And she took some photos. Now, honestly, she looks good. She looks good. I'm not really crazy about the straight black hair. Maybe because I'm not used to seeing it like that. But she looks good. You can tell a clear person dressed her. You can definitely tell a clear person dressed, and probably did her makeup too, is giving clear, written all over it. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, here we are. Now here's another photo. This is giving legs and hips and body. I love this. It's tasteful. You know what I mean? Her butt not out, her cooch not out. It's tasteful. It's sexy but tasteful. See, hopefully she learned something from the suit, from this this photo shoot. She don't have to go all out and that's what the girls are doing nowadays because of the culture now that we have. But the girls feel like you got to be naked, you know what I'm saying, and you really don't. I think this is gorgeous. I love the pose, how she's in, you know, motion, and then they caught it at the perfect time, the hair, the little sash or whatever that is she got. I think that's perfect. She looks good. She looks like a grown woman, you know what I mean? She's giving model tees with them legs, to be completely honest. What she need to be doing is trying to get a contract with Wilhelmina. That one Wilhelmina used to be with Tyler, not Tyler. What's the girl named Tyra Banks? You want to be on top? Yeah, it's giving want to be on top model tees. Yes, it is. But shout out here. Now this one was confused. It's giving clear rich woman emo vibes, but it's Vogue. You know what I mean? I was confused right here. I don't know what's going on. I don't quite understand the outfit, the stool, none of it. I don't really understand any of this right here. It's giving depression. It's giving girl. This one is giving my life is in shambles. You know what I mean? Fashion tees. Shamble fashion tees. That's what this one is giving. And I don't too particularly like this one, but you know, it's Angel, so we're gonna roll it out. And then of course there has to be a dagger pose, because this is 2025 and the daggers and the gays have taken over everything. Shout out to my daggers and my gays, you know what I'm saying? Love y'all down to the ground, girl. Shout out to the daggers and the gays. The world wouldn't be nothing without the daggers and the gays. Gots to know that part. In particular, the daggers. I ain't gonna lie, but shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? But of course they had to get her on the pose looking like a nigga. You know, they love making a woman look like a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So here's Angel Reese, feet longer than the 12-hour shift. I don't know why they had her put them flats on. I'm sorry, I gotta get her at least one of these photos. I'm sorry. I don't know why they told her to put them flats on and put them feet up on top of that doggone stool. Girl, feet longer than the line at the doggone Disney World. Do you hear me? Oh, Angel, you should have told them crop out the feet. But shout out to Angel, y'all. She made it. And I want to share this with y'all because, you know, I be giving Angel Reese some hell about some of the, you know, the things she do. But ultimately, when she doing right, I'm here to praise her up because I like Angel Reese. I hate that this is the image for Angel Reese. I really like Angel Reese, and I really do. I really do. And I think I go hard on her sometimes because I'm mad that, you know, she's falling into that trap. But ultimately, she young. She got to learn to make her mistakes. She going to get it together. But shout out to Angel Reese and the Vogue magazine people. Let this be a lesson to the Negroes. When y'all make it in society, quote unquote, make it, you got to know you got to go see the clears. And the clears are going to go over there and make you pose like this and put you in clothes like this. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I were any of my people that ever made it out in this, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't give a damn about being on the cover of Vogue, but I guess you got to be in that circle to understand how important it is. But ultimately, I guess shout out. But this is my favorite one of all of them. This is my favorite one of all of them. All of the photos, this is my favorite one. I love this one for Angel. It's giving Barbie tees, and I love that. I love that. I feel the femininity through the picture. You know what I'm saying? Unlike this one, I feel the nigga jumping out at me. You feel what I'm saying? I don't too particularly like that. She's a soft girl, beautiful girl. I like this one. Now we got to move on. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up, my love. Girl, Drizzy in the booth. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, yes, he is. So Drizzy Drake decided that, you know, after he outed his old man, you know, LeBron, right? Drizzy said after he realized the man that he had tattooed on him for life, the one that he loved and thought loved him back, after he outed him and tried to break up his marriage yesterday, you feel me? He decided to come on back with another post to tell y'all he back in the lab. He says, I thought this through, and he got money on there. He got money chains on. He had money diamonds on his nails. Did I get that picture? I don't know if I got that picture, but he had money diamonds on his nails. You know, he go get his, you know, bad real bitches do real things. Bad bitches do bad bitch things. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, when he went got his nails done, he had told the people to put the diamond rhinestones and put them into monies on his nails. I didn't get that picture, but it's out here. So, you know, he went treated himself like, you know how when women get into that, you know, and get into it with their nigga and they know it's over, we have to, after we go through depression and rage and anger, then we go to pamper ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And then after we pamper ourselves, we get back to work. So what Drake decided to do was, okay, LeBron, you really hurt my feelings. He cried about it for months on end. Then he came out in his anger rage. His anger stage was when he came out yesterday and outed him and his wife for cheating. Or him cheating on his wife. Now today, he's over it. He's got it all out. And as real women, what we do, we pamper ourselves. So he went got his nails did, got him a facial, probably did a spa day, and now he's back to work. So Drake came out to tell y'all that he's back to work. He said he thought it through, and just like a real bad bitch, black women, y'all know, ain't nothing more important than a bag. We got to go get our bags, okay? So we could go through our depression stage, but we got to get back to work because the world depends on the black woman, okay? And that's what Drake did. He took the motto of us because, you know, he is one of us. You know what I'm saying? So he decided, you know what I'm saying, in his mind at least, but he decided to get back to work and he's back in the lab. Shout out to the Drakeettes. I know they were rejoicing with so much love and support. I'm pretty sure they threw a party last night. You know, the Drakeettes are very sensitive. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure the Drakeettes threw a whole internet party last night when he posted this. But I wanted to come on here and tell y'all to shout out to Drake and let's see what other AI rap he pull out. Is he gonna sing? Is he gonna rap? Is he gonna do both? It's giving me he might get in a booth and do something like views from the six had me sitting in my thoughts. My man's who I thought was mine really was bought. But I decided I wasn't going to do it, but I had to crash out. All I know is my time's running out. And you know, he might get into a little melody or whatever, you know, give us a little 1-2 yin yin, put a nice little beat behind it, you know what I'm saying? And give us his real feelings. And honestly, I think that's what real artists do. You come out and you tell us your story, okay? So shout out to Drake and the Drakeettes. I know this is great for y'all. He got his head on, his nails did. You can tell he got a fresh manicure, fresh facial. He probably had the cucumbers around the eyes and all of that. So shout out to Drake. I am here for it. I was gonna lie and say I can't wait to hear it, but I'll be lying, girl. I don't give a damn. I ain't listened to Drake since the first album. Yeah, I want to say the first, maybe the second album. And I didn't buy it. I just was listening to it. Gina Diaz, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shantae, thank you for the super chat. Have to get my students. I'll catch the replay. Okay, girl, go get them badass kids. Please go get them, girl, because I can't. Thank you for your service, girl. Because, see, y'all want to thank all the wrong people. Y'all want to thank the military people, girl. Most of them people don't be doing nothing every day. The real frontline people is the teachers dealing with y'all badass kids. Those are the real heroes. The teachers, the first responders, the police, you know, things of that nature, girl. Y'all thanking the wrong people for their service. Girl, don't worry about the military people. Thank people like Shantae. She is on the front line every day with them children of the corn. That is big. Everybody can't do that, okay? Everybody can't do that. So next time y'all see a military person, if you see them in the streets, they probably ain't been nowhere anyway. Go thank a teacher, a nurse, a first responder. You know what I'm saying? Thank one of them, girl. Because these are the real heroes. These are the real essential workers. Do you hear me? Child, let's move on. So now, yeah, but Drake back in, y'all. Y'all look out for his album. I don't know what he gonna cook up, some trash, but anyway, the Drakeettes are gonna love it. But nevertheless, let's go move on. Now, I want to get to. Do I want to do Mark yet? Do I feel it in my spirit to talk about him yet? Not yet. Let's get the NICU nurse up here. So remember yesterday we were talking about that clear lady who was in that hospital in Virginia, breaking them babies' arms and things of that nature. Hold on, let me go get it. Y'all get the likes up. Matter of fact, I know I need y'all to babysit for me. Hold on. Let me see who watch Russell right quick. I'm going to get the videos. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. Watch Russell. Don't let him move. Watch Russell. I'm coming right back. All right, I'm back. Did y'all watch? Did he move? I don't think he moved. Shout out. You know, Russell had came out, speaking of, since he on here, you know, Russell had did an interview, and the people was asking Russell, they was like, well, Russ, the people is coming out here saying you was trafficking and SAing the girls. And you know what Russell had told that man? You know what Russell had told that man? Russell told that man, first and foremost, I didn't do any of those things because the definition was updated to make it seem like I did those things. But I'm not guilty of those things because they updated the definition. And I said, what? What does that even mean? Like, what? And I get it. Maybe he's saying, like, back in the gap, if a nigga flew you out to his crib and y'all was gonna sleep together, it wasn't trafficking. Well, in 2024, all of us been damn near all of us been sex trafficked. Per definition. Let's talk about it. And this is not to help up for Russell because he's a creep. Because he went over there by Keymour Relief. That girl was 13, 14 years old, allegedly. So he don't get no pass. But I'm just talking about us on a regular level. You know what I'm saying? By that logic, by that definition, we are all trafficking victims. At least 90% of us. Now, I notice the perfect girls in the chat gonna say, oh, I've never went a distance to get no peen. Girl, bye. Yes, you did. But we gonna let you say that out here just, you know, to save face. Girl, we done all got paid for, or you know what I'm saying? Or flew out. Hell, I remember a dude pay for my gas money to drive from New Orleans to Texarkana. Girl, I'll never forget it. Girl, it was a 7-hour drive. But when I tell you I was up and at 'em, do you hear me? It was worth it. That now I'm y'all getting in my business, but nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? So by that logic, I was trafficked. I'm a victim. Girl, bye. But anyways, a lot of us been trafficked per definition, and we just don't know it. And I think that's a slippery slope. Because a lot of y'all women see the women is the new bitches now. The bitches is the new niggas. So all y'all want to be tricking off to these niggas? Oh yeah, your time is coming up, fat. I hope you're ready. Y'all won't pay for this nigga gas money. Y'all won't get the nigga flight. Y'all won't get his little bus ticket. See, when he come by your house, oh yeah, to the women. Yeah, I'm talking to you, to the women. Because see, we the new niggas. Now, when y'all put the gas money in his account on that Cash App or on that Zelle, and then he on his way, and then Mad Day come, he say, bitch, you sex traffic me? Y'all gonna it's gonna be hell to pay. Watch when the men get up on that. It's gonna be hell to pay. And y'all gonna be losing your minds, girl. Yes, you is. And he gonna say, she sent me money for the purpose of sex. And you're going down to the ground. So shout out to the women who love tricking off every now and again, or whatever the case may be. But tread light, fat. Tread light. That's what I'm saying. Girl, tread light. Now the niggas ain't on it yet. But see, when you want to cut that nigga off because you done found your new nigga, you're going to jail. You got to know that part. Hey, to all the women in the chat, you won't cut the nigga off. Oh, I'm tired of you. I'm done with you. All right, bet. Then you wonder why the police at the door. You saying, I didn't call y'all. And they say, yeah, are you so-and-so? Yeah. Can you turn around and put your hands behind your back? What did I do? You're being arrested for sex trafficking. And the nigga standing behind the police with his arms folded. Oh, yeah, it's coming. Look, the nigga standing behind the police with his arms folded. Like, yup, that's her. Shout out to the women getting their coins, girl. If y'all been tricking, stop it, girl. Don't give that nigga nothing. Do you hear me? Listen, if y'all been putting a little couple of dollars in these niggas' pocketbook, stop it, girl. You don't tread light. Them people on you, girl. They on you. I'm telling you now. Yeah, I'm giving y'all the warning, okay? Now let's move on. Look at Grape T say, yep, I'm telling. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of bitches behind bars. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a lot. I'm telling you. Now I'm being funny, but I'm telling you, this is how this is how stuff goes. Like it works when it works for you, but when it against you, then it's oh my god. I'm telling you, I'm being funny, but I'm being real too, because it really is. Watch, we'll meet us back over here when we get to that. When the first woman get accused of sex trafficking, we gonna meet back over here and we gonna discuss it. I'm telling you, y'all want to play with these niggas. Y'all want to be the new niggas. Have this nigga, that nigga. You're helping this nigga out over here. You might get this nigga a little something, pay for his little food or whatever the case may be. Now you want a little something at the end of the night. Now you're going to jail. And when that when that nigga go down to the police, girl, tread light, my loves, tread light. Now let's move on. So the NICU nurse, we got to get to her. So the NICU nurse, y'all, that's the clear lady who was down in Hampton, Virginia. Was it Hampton? Somewhere in Virginia. And she was purposely breaking the legs of brand new babies in the NICU. Girl, it was disgusting. I got a few videos I want to show y'all on this situation. Y'all like the video? Let's get into it.
That breaking news from Henrico County Court. That's where local nurses appearing after being arrested in an investigation into NICU babies suffering fractures to their bodies at a West End hospital. This is a story CBS 6 first broke this morning. Our Rob Cartwell is here now with the very latest. Rob?
Cheryl, an arraignment is currently underway for Erin Strotman. She's charged with felony counts of malicious wounding and abuse of a child causing serious injury. Strotman is a nurse at Henrico Doctors Hospital, working in the neonatal intensive care unit, commonly referred to as the NICU. Investigators say the crime she's accused of took place on November 10th. And you might remember that just before Christmas, Henrico Doctors announced that it was temporarily stopping admissions to the NICU after 3 babies were found to have unexplained fractures in late November and December. And hospital officials said that the circumstances of those recent fractures were similar to incidents involving 4 different infants in the NICU in the summer of 2023. Now, CBS 6 has confirmed that Strotman was placed on paid administrative leave that year after the hospital conducted an internal investigation and found that she had contact with all of those babies during that time frame. We've reached out to ask when that leave ended and when she returned to work. Our Melissa Hipplett is inside the courtroom right now for Strotman's arraignment. She'll have live updates throughout the afternoon and the evening, and you can read more on this developing story on our website, WTVR.com.
Let me say this. The hospital is definitely liable, and all those parents, every single parent who had a child in that NICU need to get together and sue the piss out of that hospital. Because from what I'm understanding, it was 7 babies in the course of 1 year. Now, you mean 1 baby, okay. 2 babies, what's going on? 3 babies, stop, cease everything. Let's look into this. 7 babies in a year span. This lady was in there breaking all of them babies' legs and limbs and all of that stuff. This is sick, and the hospital should be held liable, not just her. And that's it. And I heard that all these babies had a thing in common. They were so-called babies of color, but y'all know how to read between the lines. Let me tell y'all something. All them parents out there, if y'all is smart, because they done closed down the hospital, the NICU. If y'all smart, go after, throw the whole hospital away. Listen, I would sue the hospital down to its frame. Do you hear me? Because they have the responsibility of making sure that nurses like her aren't hired, and if they are hired, things like that are swiftly taken care of, and that doesn't happen. But here you go. You see what I'm saying? There you go. I'm just telling y'all how I feel about the situation. The hospital need to be sued down to the ground. She need to go to prison for the rest of her life. As a matter of fact, you know, I'm old school. I like firing squads and all of that. Hang them at the stake at high noon. I'm on them type of times and teas. You know, I go as fuck. But I think that type of punishment, capital punishment, need to be brought back. Some people need to be hung at the stake in front of the community at high noon. Some people need the firing squad. Yes, put the blindfold on her. Let her, give her a little peephole. Peephole up with the blindfold. Let the people stand in front of her and do a 21 gun salute. You get it? Okay? These hospitals make too much money and have too much stuff going on in there for this type of negligence to happen. It was not just her. Whoever her supervisor, she need to go down. Whoever her supervisor, she need to, he need to go down. The director of the NICU, he need to go down. Oh yeah, shit rolls downhill, but responsibility rolls up. You get it? Don't let that part go over your head. Shit rolls downhill, but responsibility rolls up. You get it? So yes, she need to be in jail. Her supervisor, anybody who supervised her around the time them churn, you need to be in jail. They supervisor, and then the director, and so on and so forth. Bring them all down to their knees. Okay? Because this is irresponsible, and this is non-negotiable. This is horrible. This is disgusting. I got one more clip I want to play for y'all. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Now, this is what was happening inside of the courtroom. Okay. And I want to get y'all that little information right here. Y'all get the likes up.
Erin Elizabeth Ann Strotman was arraigned today in connection to that ongoing investigation into the hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. And our 8 News reporter Victoria Lucas is taking action, getting new information in this case today from the courthouse.
She joins us this evening in Henrico with the latest.
The judge presiding in this case denied reporters access into the courtroom, but Henrico County Commonwealth's attorney Shannon Taylor did confirm Erin Strotman was denied bond. Strotman faces 1 count of felony child neglect and 1 count of felony malicious wounding for an injury to an infant on or about November 10th of 2024.
We will leave no stone unturned.
Henrico County's top prosecutor letting reporters know her office will continue to work very aggressively into the investigation into Henrico Doctors Hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. In less than 2 weeks, 1 woman has been charged and arrested, 26-year-old Erin Elizabeth Ann Strotman of Chesterfield County, who was denied bond by a judge Friday afternoon.
While there has been an arrest for 1 person for allegedly inflicting injury on a single victim, I would emphasize this is an ongoing investigation spanning potential offenses committed in both 2023 and 2024.
The ongoing investigation centered around 7 babies in total. The hospital alerting the community online that 4 babies had, quote, unexplainable fractures in 2024, similar to an incident in 2023. Strotman now facing charges for 1 child out of the 7.
We will continue to work on building cases if there is evidence present to build other cases to find if there's additional criminal culpability.
It makes me sick. It truly makes me sick.
Dominique Hackey is one of the 3 families who showed up to court for 3 children involved in the entire investigation. Taylor confirmed Strotman is currently being charged in connection to a child whose family was not in court. Still, Hackey says he had to show up.
Justice for my son. Justice for the other families that were affected, the other people's boys that were affected. Somebody needs to be held accountable, and it looks like that day is here.
8 News learned from 2 other families who wanted to remain anonymous that one of their twins who was being cared for in the NICU passed away. Another said her son suffered 12 fractures.
I feel very blessed with what our situation was, and that it was just a broken leg, because it could have been a lot worse. And my heart goes out to those families, truly.
Taylor confirms Strotman was employed at Henrico Doctors in 2023 and 2024 and is currently no longer. So we're trying to figure out when exactly she was terminated and what her status.
Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all asking about the 1 count. That's probably just to get the indictment started, because they kept saying it's an ongoing investigation. At least I would hope that's why they only have 1 count right now. But let me say this. There is no way possible that this lady acted alone. Let me tell you why. Now, I don't work in no hospital, but I understand work structure. I understand the force structure of work, right? Even at your job, yes, you're left to your vices, but ultimately you have not security, what do you call it? You have supervision that is supposed to oversee whatever it is you're doing, right? So for instance, let's say the first baby has the broken tibia or whatever it was, right? Okay, fine. Let's investigate this, because why are these children coming into the NICU fine and leaving out with broken legs and arms? That is a failure on leadership's part. That is a leadership failure. Her supervisor, her immediate supervisor, number 1, and everybody up the ladder sits. So Only putting her in jail is not the answer. It's a whole lot of people need to be responsible for this. Now, moving forward, now we're talking about negligence, because when the second baby happened and nobody decided to say, dang, this is the second time, and let's see who all on shift this time and who was all on shift the last time. And let's just say you missed the second one. The third one should have been where everything stopped. Drop everything. We need to figure out what's going on. I believe, this is just what I believe, I don't know this to be a fact. Either her immediate supervision knew what was going on and wasn't saying nothing, or maybe they told somebody and they didn't do nothing. But there was a breakdown in leadership that allowed this to happen to 7 babies. Period, point blank. You don't get to be alone with these babies all so often to where you get to break 7 limbs on 7 babies. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. And for these parents, if anybody could know any one of them and could talk to them, they need to be putting charges on everybody in there, not just the nurse. Everybody, because guess what? As the supervision or the supervisor of the NICU, as the director of the hospital, or whatever the statuses are, it is your responsibility to make sure these things don't happen. So guess what? Since you are incapable, listen, since you are incapable of doing and performing your duties, we need to run that license back, run that back, please. And you're stripped and relieved of your duties. Because see, you don't get to pay the big bucks and get all of the perks and all of that if you're not doing your parts. Okay? So at the end of the day, there's a whole lot of people up the ladder that need to be torn down. That lady did not act alone. Nobody's going to tell me that nobody in that NICU knew about a 4th, 5th, 6th baby, that lady wasn't around there breaking no legs and things of that nature. You're not going to make me believe that after 4, 5, 6 babies, we ain't even talking about the 7th one, nobody ain't know that lady was around there doing it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And again, don't just fire them, strip license, and never to be able to practice again. Put them in doggone what it is where you can't be around the kids. Oh yeah, we need to what they call them, not the chomos. It's another one. I forget what they call it, where you can't be in certain vicinity of kids, certain feet. All of them, every single one of them. Okay, every single one of them. T. Haynes says, "Boo, there's a shortage of nurses and qualified supervisory nurses as well." I heard about that, and let me tell you something. Shout out to the nurses. I ain't really too particularly mad at them, because what I'm hearing, a lot of them were overworked and underpaid. You know what I mean? A lot of them nurses was overworked, 12, 14, 16-hour shifts and underpaid. They did what they needed to do. Now, don't get me wrong. It affects the people, obviously, as we see. You know what I mean? But I don't really too particularly blame them people. They got the nurses work harder than anybody in the hospital, if you ask me. And they don't even get the money for it. But yeah, man, shout out to the nurses, man. Like I said, them the real essential workers. Divine Empress, thank you for the super chat. School bus drivers, hell yeah, they essential workers too. The school bus drivers, Lord have mercy. Even though they with your churn an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening, they still are heroes to me, child. But yeah, my heart goes out to them families, because like they say, one of those twins died, probably from her. Probably from her. That's ridiculous, but I'll be updating on this and see what I find. If y'all find something, send it out to me, child. Now we got to move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Where we gonna go with it next? Okay, let's go get Jim Jones. So Jim Jones did a interview, child. Hold on, let me go get him. So I didn't know that. Apparently back in the Gap, I didn't know this, but Mase and Cam were best friends back in the days, allegedly. And according to Jim Jones, he didn't like Mase because Mase and Cam were friends, but Mase used to Mase used to treat Cam like a little boy. He said Mase used to do Cam dirty. I said, not Killer Cam, not soda popping on pop. Soda pop popping on the soda pop. Not the hard nigga in the pink fur. No way. I wouldn't have believed it. Plus, Mase looks soft as baby poop, in my opinion. You know what I mean? That's just me. Shout out to New York, but I'm just saying he looks soft as baby poop. You know what I mean? I didn't quite understand that dynamic, because Mase don't look like no hard nigga. You know what I'm saying? When I see Mase, I don't instantly feel like, let me respect this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was Diddy fault. I get shiny suit, dancing all in the videos. I get what else do I get? I get soft spoken. He smell good. That's what I get from Mase. I get Mase smell good. When you walk past him, his wind when you walk past him smell good. I don't get hard from him. Hell, quiet as it's kept, I don't get hard from Cam neither. And don't. Okay? But think about it back in the gap. Mase was bigger than Cam. Now, to the New York people, shout out to New York. New York! Y'all live in a whole nother world than the rest of us, so I know y'all gonna get on here. But voodoo! That's not true. Everybody knew Dipset. Everybody was on Dipset. Girl, we didn't know them people like that. Okay? I mean, we knew them, but not like we knew Mase. So, okay? So, outside of the green lady with the thing in her hand, the perception to us was Mase was the huge artist. Mind you, he bumping shoulders with Diddy in the videos and all of that. Okay, so to us, him and Diddy at one point was neck and neck. Now, granted, we knew Diddy was the mogul, but still, as far as like levels of perception, Diddy and Mase was at the tippity top. Now, Cam and Dipset was like C-list rappers. See, y'all thought they only had C-list actors and C-list celebrities. No, they got C-list singers and they got C-list rappers. Cam and Dipset was C-list rappers. Can I give y'all another one? They all gonna be mad at me, but I gotta say it. I don't care. And it's just a perception for a lot of people, not all, outside of New York. Y'all ready for it? Brace yourselves. The Lox is a C-list group too. Ooh, I can hear y'all now. I said it, but I can hear y'all now. All behind the doggone phone windmilling.
Fuck you and your family, bitch!
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Now, I know that's hard. That's a hard pill. I know. Drink some water so you can swallow it. But, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But anyway, that was just an unpopular opinion I wanted to throw up in there. But no, look. So Dipset was the C-list, maybe D-list rap group. They were. Okay. To be completely honest, the only thing kept the Lox on the C-list group was because they had Jadakiss. Let's talk about it. But neither here nor there. Listen, and that was for his solo projects, really, when you think about it. Now y'all got me started. I'm thinking back. It was the Honey remix. It was the Mary song. It was Jadakiss. They should have just changed the name of the group to Jadakiss and the Lox. He should have came on every song saying, my name is Jadakiss and these are the Lox. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all can't do that now. Nah. We gotta be fair. Whoa, let's be fair. We gotta be fair now. We gotta call it right and call it down the middle, okay? But shout out, y'all like them other what the niggas name? Chic, and what's the other one name? Girl, I don't even know them niggas. I know one of them a little weird looking, and he got gaps in his tooth. And then the other one, I forgot what he looked like. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, we getting off topic. Styles P, that's his name, Styles P. Yeah, I don't know which one is which. You know what I'm saying? They could have switched them out tomorrow, and I wouldn't know the difference. When I tell you they could have took the two niggas from the back out and put two more niggas in with a fitted and a puff jacket and some Timbs, I wouldn't have knew the difference. Do you understand me? I'm just saying, y'all. But let me stop. I don't want to trigger y'all like that. But nevertheless, so when Jim says that Mase was doing Cam dirty, LaBoy him and sonning him, I said, oh, but it made sense because remember, Mase was the the bigger artist. He was. And I feel like he got it in his head. And you know how niggas be. Niggas when they ain't acting like a nigga that they never had shit. You know what I'm saying? They get to treating their little homies like they ain't worth a dime. But Jim Jones, now the dude was trying to get Jimmy to be messy. And say how Mase was used to doing, and he was like, well, I ain't gonna say that. But he gave a funny story. Now I want y'all to get up in here, like the video, and we about to get into this video, child, because Jimmy was spilling the teas. Now you know Mase and Cam do the podcast together. You know, Mase had to go be a pastor and come on back and do the podcast thing. But I knew that pastor stuff was the grift. I could have told y'all that, girl. The church used to be like the club. I was trying to get in there. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, he back on the podcast being a creep. I ain't gonna say a creep, but being weird with Cam, and Jimmy came out to let us know that, girl, it was all a lie. Girl, let's get into the video. Get the likes up, y'all.
You seen it before it happens, what you tell, like everything.
Mm-hmm. It started with Mase. He didn't do the right thing.
That's the one question I wanted to ask you. I'm a little bit too young to understand. Like I just was able to be like a teen. Like
I watched Mase on Cam and everybody around him.
Wow.
Like all the time. You heard? Like I was there the whole time, but I was Cam's man. You heard? Cam and Mase were so-called best friends, grew up together, and R.I.P. Huddy. Like I was there for everything. That's one thing that people can't never say, is that I wasn't there for every single thing.
What was your problem with Mase? Like, how did that all happen? Because that was Cam, man, like you said.
Cam enemies were my enemies. Okay. Anybody Cam didn't like, I didn't like. And I already see how he was handled.
What's the crazy you seen Mase do to Cam that was just like, yo, I can't believe he could even get back cool after like that?
I won't say nothing crazy, but I say some fun that I seen happen. I seen Mase fire his brother, kick him out the limo in the middle of the highway like that. You heard? His old brother, vicious. But he coming back off the road for, I think, a bunch of tours that get off the plane. And Mase got the brand new Mercedes drop burgundy, pull up to the airport, skirt the car dealer outside the airport, two-door Dre, brand new stickers on that. Crazy, bright, joking like that with Cam. Nigga jumped in by myself with skirt off. I said, yeah, this is a different type of animal.
What's the crazy?
So y'all heard that. Listen, let me say this. The fact that Jim Jones didn't like Mase because of how Mase treated Cam, and him and Cam was partners back then, speaks volumes. And furthermore, two New York niggas I didn't think had hands that surprised me was Mendeecees and Jim Jones. Now, it's just a random thought. Two New York niggas I didn't think would bust a grape in a fruit fight was Mendeecees, Collateral, and Jim Jones. I had found that out and I said, oh, got it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that was off topic. But no, Mase was showing his ass. That's what was going on. Mase was showing his ass, and he got that money, and he got up there, and she probably was pooting on Cam, and Cam probably like a little biatch probably just took it. And I'm pretty sure Jim Jones wanted to bad him up, but couldn't. You know what I'm saying? He probably had buku niggas around him and all of that. But ultimately, somebody put it in the chat early. Men will forgive their friends fast as F, and you ain't lying. You ain't lying. Do you hear me? You is not lying. A man will forgive his little partner so fast and wouldn't think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? Because now Mase was down and out because the church grift started going away. And now where he back at by his friend, by Cam, doing a pod. Like, come on. Because ain't nobody about to listen to Mase on this doggone thing by himself. Hey, yo, I was talking to Big the other day. And when I was talking to Big, I told Big, I said, yo, Puff used to really, ain't nobody got time for that ugly ass shit. Speed it up, ugly ass. You know what I mean? So he need Cam. Now he need Cam, and now you won't come back. But Cam, you better than me, nigga. You should have went got one of the background singers from the Locks, Styles P and Shock G's, whatever with Sheik the Shocker, whatever his name is. You should have went got one of them niggas and put him on. Wouldn't have went got no Cam, nigga. You can't get that type of money, and shit on me and come back and need me to help you. Hell no. He should have went got one of the backup singers for the Locks. That's just what I believe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody different. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you can't, when you up, you got to come back down. And I need you, when you get down, I don't want to help you get back up. You might relapse and trash me again. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. But ultimately, he talked about how Mase used to treat all them dudes around there. And the whole T, he was allegedly getting bent over by Puff. Ooh. See how that karma come back around and get you? You see how that karma come right back around and slap you on your forehead? But Mase better than me. But Jimmy came out to tell us that yeah, Jimmy Mase was a horrible person. This is what I got. And you know, sometimes God need to humble you. Now he around there playing on his little partners and Diddy playing in his boot. Allegedly. Cause ain't nobody gonna make me believe he ain't know what was going on down there with Diddy. I know he knew. I know he knew. He was too close. Them niggas was Diddy bopping too hard together in the videos. Okay, now let's move on. Let's get Mark Zuckerberg crazy looking ass up here, girl. Get him over with, girl, because he really blows me, girl. So if you guys recall, Mark Zuckerberg, the one they lied and told us about his story of how he attained Facebook, girl. If y'all believe that, I got a will to say you right now in the trunk, girl, please. But anyways, Mark Zuckerberg came out, and if y'all remember during the panorama, censorship was worse on Facebook than any other platform. Think about it. If you even spelled the word C-O-V, listen, you ain't even put the last two letters in. If you typed in C-O-V, they'll be sending you a message saying, hey, they'll put the little warning up there, hey, tread light. You know what I'm saying? Tread light. That's what Facebook was doing. I was there. Y'all had to be there. I know y'all was there too. But they were censoring people so bad on Facebook to where people just wouldn't even talk about certain things unless they were going with the narrative at the time. Now, I hope you guys have been paying attention, but a lot of stuff has been coming out about that time and about that disease and about that wax that y'all really need to look into, because a lot of the stuff that they were calling misinformation and disinformation and taking people platforms because they were speaking of, those were the actual truths. And this is why the misinformation and disinformation campaign needs to be abolished, because it's not about what's true. It's about what we want to be true. So for instance, I may not like somebody's hair and say, I don't like her hair. Somebody could go back and say, that's misinformation because my hair is actually pretty and a lot of other people say that it's nice, so we need to censor her. No, that's what Facebook was doing with this panorama. Now, Mark Zuckerberg come out of the blue. Now, mind you, he was pro-Democrat, pro whatever the people say. And you know what it taught me? That he's bought and paid for. He's bought and paid for. He does. First of all, I know he's the face of that Facebook stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's somebody behind the strings, a couple people behind the scenes pulling the strings. Listen, this whole situation with hate speech and censorship and misinformation and disinformation is a very slippery slope to go down. And let me tell you this as well. That is going to backfire hard. Y'all know how them unmentionables, how you can't say nothing about them because then they call you anti with S word. That's what's about to happen. As soon as somebody disagree with you, That's what's about to happen. You know what I mean? And then also too, a lot of people left Facebook because of the censorship. He started doing that on Instagram too, because shout out to brother Rizza Islam. That brother was losing pages 90 going west because he was putting out the truth. When the media was telling us, oh no, yay, it's not this, it's that, it's not that, it's this, and this is a lie, that is a lie. And he was putting out actual truth. Doctors, attorneys, scientists, all these people were losing their licenses, they were losing everything, and people were just labeling it misinformation. That's it. They would just label it misinformation. That's it. And because of that, a lot of people were banned off social media. Now, fast forward, the Dems on their way out with Scamala, and Biden, Crime Bill Joe, and Trump is on his way in. Now, remember, Trump was banned off of all social media platforms, Twitter included. Y'all remember that? Put a one in the chat if y'all remember that. Trump got banned off of every single social media platform there was to be banned on. All because Trump was speaking out about what was actually happening behind the scenes with the Dems and how they were pushing this agenda. And most people they just didn't want to hear it, right? And to some degree, he was telling the truth. And to some degree, he was putting 20 on 10. But ultimately, both sides of the fence need to be heard. Who the hell are we to say only one person can have the say? Or one person can have an opinion? That don't go like that. Or one side can have an opinion. So what happened was Trump got banned off of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't even know if he ever tried TikTok. Every single thing that they had. It wasn't until what's the man name? Elon Musk, that alien. I don't think he real. But it wasn't until Elon Musk came in and bought Twitter, he allowed Trump to come back to Twitter. Now, if y'all don't recall, Trump didn't come back to Twitter immediately. By that time, he was doing his own website. So when he did come back, he'll be like, y'all meet me over here at the site. You know what I'm saying? On the page, on his own personal thing. So that was happening because he understood, even though Elon Musk runs Twitter now, and I can come on and I can say what I want to say, it's still going to be bad because those people were controlling all of the narratives. Okay. Truth Social. That's the name of it. Ace. Thank you. Truth Social. So he understood that even though I have this one platform that's allowing me to come back, at the time, it was too rigid because not only did the media start portraying these people to be bad, us as people became sheep and started going with the narrative and basically using that as to be right. Like, oh, like I would have people tell me when I say I didn't get the wax, oh, you an anti-waxer. What? Oh, so you could not get the wax, but you could drink? Oh, and it's just talking points repeated. And what happens is the system puts a narrative in place, and they use us down at the bottom of the map or at the bottom of the totem pole to do the dirty work. They have us police each other. That's literally what they do. They don't have to send the UN, or not the UN. They don't have to send the military and all that to say you can't say this, because we're going to do it to each other. I hope you guys are paying attention to this, because this is literally what happens every single time. The media push the narrative. They push it out all over all social media, all of these. And most people, because they're sheep, just go with the move. So when the anti-waxers were called anti-waxers, I had regular grassroots down. I mean, not grassroots, but regular schmegular people on there talking about how people who don't have the wax shouldn't be saved if they go to the hospital. I say, wow. I'm talking about niggas who don't even have health insurance. Let's start there first. Let's start that. Niggas who ain't been to the hospital since the hospital been to them. Niggas who ain't been in the hospital since they was born. Niggas, women who ain't had their coochie checked since they had a coochie. These were the people running around here saying, yeah, they see if they get popped, then the hospital need to let them bleed out in front. I said, oh, bitch, you don't even have insurance. How dare you? But again, listen, that's what the media is for. I need you guys to understand this. They don't have to do the dirty work. We're going to do it to each other. That's how it works. Hey, Vamika, thank you. Welcome to the live, boo. But that they don't have to do it to us. We're gonna do it to each other. So with that being said, now that the new administration's coming in, Mark Zuckerberg, whatever his name is, he is now having a change of what he wants to do. Now he's saying that he don't want to do the censorship no more because he realized how it was just so this and so that. And I'm saying, boy, if you don't shut your mouth and your asshole, you knew it was bad when you was doing it, but you was doing what you were told to do, Zuckerberg. Let's get up into what Zuckerberg had to say. I got 2 videos. I don't know if I'm gonna play them both, but let's just at least get the meat and potato. Let's get on here. Y'all get the likes up on the video.
Started building social media to give. I want to talk about something important today because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram. I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political, but there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far. So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms. Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now we're going to focus.
I'm going to play the second clip, but let me say this off the first clip. Mark Zuckerberg understands that Facebook is the oldest of the temptations. Facebook is the oldest of social media, and he knows ain't nobody coming to see Facebook. You see what I'm saying? And see, it's a money issue too. He realized with TikTok and Twitter, where people can really express themselves without being, because those so-called fact checkers, they weren't fact checkers. It was anything that went against their narrative. They put the little note under there saying this person is a lie and they don't know what they talking about and the truth ain't in them. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And he understands that he probably lost a lot of money during the panorama, right? Because people were like, well, girl, Facebook, anyway, the churn don't be on here. So what we over here for? A lot of grown people during the panorama went to TikTok and went to Twitter, especially when Elon bought Twitter. Because you can really go over there and damn near say what you want. You know what I'm saying? And he lost a lot of revenue. Now he went and bought Instagram. The only thing keeping Instagram afloat is the fact that it's a picture app. So most people go on Instagram to see photos and stuff like that. But as soon as Twitter figure that part out, Instagram gonna be null and void. Girl, Facebook is the epitome of when I log into my personal Facebook page, listen to me and listen to me good. It just feel like, ugh. It's people on there bitching and moaning. You know what Facebook feel like? Walking into the ICU. Like everybody on life support. You know what I mean? Everybody's sick. Everybody, it's just like, it's like walking into the old folks' home or something like that. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? It just, I'd be like, ooh, let me get out of here. Like, I log in and scroll a little bit, but then once it get too icky, I'd be like, oh, there, let me get off of here. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's, you know what I mean? I can't explain the feeling when you log into Facebook versus other apps, but it just don't feel good. Okay. And by the way, I hope y'all know, you know what boosts Facebook too? I don't know if y'all put these two and two together, but Hurricane Katrina, a little storm called Hurricane Katrina happened, right? And when Hurricane Katrina happened, guess what? Hundreds of thousands of people were what, boys and girls? Displaced. And the only way we were able to get in touch with our loved ones was through what, boys and girls? Facebook. I don't know how we learned about Facebook, but it was the word on the curb. Anybody who was in Katrina know it was the word on the curb that if you need to find your family members, you need to create a Facebook page and go on Facebook and search to find your family. And once that happened, I was like, what is Facebook? I don't even know what that is. I was like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? And they were like, oh, it's a social media app. All you got to do is log in. You can find your family and friends. And that's how a lot of us was able to find our family and keep in touch with our family and friends. And it was right after that, listen, Facebook soared. Because, you know, once a small subset group of Negroes get on something, you know how we is. We telling everybody, girl, you ain't on Facebook. No, what's that, girl? Download the app. Everybody on here. It's lit. And that was the first thing outside of MySpace that we had. So it was fun back then. But now it was just like, ugh. You go in there, you be like, oh, get me out of here. Oh, honey, let's go find you a home. Like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and Facebook the feds too. So that's another thing. But neither here nor there. I ain't even gonna play the second video because I don't care that much. But let me say this to you guys. Mark Zuckerberg knows exactly what's happening. First of all, you losing revenue. Okay. Second of all, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. And third of all, now you want to backtrack about, oh, it was the legacy media. You didn't have to do what the legacy media says, or did you? Mm-hmm. Ooh, sure. Don't start me with the arguments. Girl, y'all ever logged in and seen somebody going at it with their sister or their cousin or their mama and their daddy? Ooh, bitch, had you on Facebook for 3 hours straight. Do you hear me? Now, that's the only great part about Facebook. Family and friends will get into it down to the ground, girl. All you got to see is one status, and they're at you. They're at the person they talking about. At Tamika Ford, bitch, you was just at my house the other day. Now you sleeping with my man? You supposed to be my cousin. And girl, I be breaking my legs running to the comments. Do you hear me? Girl, when I tell you by the time I make it to the comments, I'm out of breath and I'm scrolling. And I'm sure Tamika Ford gonna be under there saying, no, bitch, tell them the real story. You slept with my husband 3 years ago. We ain't been together ever since, but I forgave you because you was my cousin. But now I had to get my lick back. Girl, listen, them Facebook arguments is the only thing, that's the only value it has to me. Okay, I can't say to nobody else. In my opinion, that is the only value. Niggas will drag each other down to the ground on that Facebook. Do you hear me? And it be real fights because they be real people that know each other. See, on TikTok, Twitter, y'all don't know them people. It just be like, oh, let's have a little, war back and forth. Little yin. All right, whatever. But see, on that Facebook, bitch, they real sisters. You feel what I'm saying? They real sisters. They got the same mama. And look at the mama always come out in the bed. Now, y'all stop that and share at both of them. Now, at Tamika Ford and at Shanika Ford, y'all stop that. I didn't raise y'all like this. Y'all supposed to be coming together. Now I'm going to the mama page to see what they done put on her page. Girl, please. I'm going through the family members on Facebook to see who is who. Because they'll put a name in there, but they won't add the person. They'll say, because Kevin had said that you was over there sucking peen behind the bleachers. Girl, in the family. Girl, what's up? Let me see who Kevin is. Let me find Kevin in that cousin list. on that brother list. Going to his page. He got T on his page. I don't know why they tagging me and adding me in this. I don't have nothing to do with that. That's between Shanika and Tamika. They always been like this since we was little. Everybody want to tag me and add me. Leave me alone. I don't even do social media. And I be saying, oh, Kevin, please, what's going on? What happened? Girl, I don't know how I got off on this tangent, but I'm telling you, Facebook arguments, if you've never been to one, try to get you one before Facebook get up out of here. I'm telling you, it is the most entertaining thing, girl. You be scared to log out, you're gonna miss something. You be scared to log out, you're gonna miss something, girl. You will keep that window open on Facebook to see, keep refreshing that page to see who else gonna add. Girl, please. Girl, please. Yes, y'all. You ain't lying when you say them arguments, girl. Girl, like I said, this is real life fights, girl. These people know each other. These people is blood. Yay. Shit, quiet as it kept. Me and my cousins them had an argument before on there too. Girl, it was me. It was my second cousins. It was me, my mama, my brother, and my uncle against my nanny and her daughters. And they my second cousins. Oh, it was a time. It was a time. But my mama had deleted the post. And then my cousin still got us blocked too. That was the only time I ever did that. That was so bad. And it was all because of my mama being messy. But anyways, it was fun when we was doing it, girl. She deleted the post and everybody was calling her, why you deleted the post? Why you deleted the post? Niggas is messy, bro. I swear to God, niggas be messy, girl. Niggas be really messy. But I couldn't even be mad because I be like that too. We gotta move on, man. We gotta move on. Shout out to everybody in the building. But yeah, Facebook understands that they gotta get with the times. And plus, Trump is getting in office. Trump probably called that fool and say, keep playing with me. I'm coming in office. I'll shut all this shit down. You know what I'm saying? Because now he wanna work with Mark Zuckerberg, wanna work with Trump. Girl, bye. All right, so let's move on, y'all. And did y'all notice this? Most of the unalivings, I want to say for black men or black people, remember all of them used to come through the Facebook? Remember that? Put a one in the chat if y'all noticed. Before Facebook started censoring the way they did, all of the black unalivings used to come through Facebook. Hell, when I seen the George Floyd thing, that was on Facebook. When I seen the what's the boy who got popped, who had the permit for the gun, him, Trayvon, I seen all of that on Facebook. Facebook is a portal to hell. I'm telling you. Facebook is a portal to and from hell. I'm telling you. Something negative about that Facebook. Y'all tread light. Be careful out here in these Facebook streets, child. Be careful. Every single horrible unaliving, we seen it on Facebook until they started censoring. Now you go to Twitter, it's over there. But before Tamir Rice, I saw him, Michael Brown, all that was on Facebook. Philando Castile, that's his name. It was all. Think about it. Y'all know I'm a conspiracy theorist and I go as far. But think about it. All of that stuff was on Facebook. Girl, watch out. Watch out. Okay? I'm just saying. What? Wait. I'm not laughing at you, fat. I'm laughing with you. Hold on now. Hold on. My girl said, I would agree. I found out my dad wasn't my dad on Facebook. Oh, now your mama wrong for that. How you find, girl? This is not funny. I'm not laughing at you. I'm not. I promise you. But girl, I didn't know you. Girl, let's move on. She says it's not funny. I'm sorry, my love. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. Let's move on. Let's move on. Yay. Where was I going? Oh, let's get into these Los Angeles fires, girl, so we get up out of here. So, listen, Los Angeles, has been on fire. Did y'all know that? Who in LA? Put a 3 in the chat if you in LA. What's going on? Okay. Now they said, that Los Angeles been on fire. Let me tell you something too. Los Angeles. Shout out to Acorn over in Los Angeles. Let me say this, y'all. They've been burning a lot of stuff out there, and they call it forest fires. Ain't that what they call it? And they call it, the trees and stuff just happen to be catching on fire. Do you guys know that in parts of California is some of the holy land? Some of the stuff that was mentioned in the Bible is part of in California. I just want to put that out there on y'all, because y'all gotta, when you start seeing stuff happening so often, you gotta ask yourself, what is going on? Why are they doing this? You know what I mean? Like just like Memphis is Egypt, there's a lot of historical indigenous stuff going on, or that happened, that's in California to this day. Actually, the whole West Coast, but we talking about California. And when they start burning this stuff down and all of that stuff, you got to start asking why. You know what I'm saying? Why all this stuff? Because they're going to say it's natural. Girl, ain't nothing natural no more. This is 2025. Okay? But a lot of that biblical stuff that's in that Bible, them locations, what they do is they place them outskirts, like they did, like they do a lot of stuff. Listen, let me say this too. The origin of the world starts here in America, not in Africa. Let me say that again. The origins of the world starts here in America, not in Africa. Everything outside of America is way younger than America. See, they told you in 1492, that's when America was so-called founded. And that's when Columbus sailed his crazy ass across the water and all of that. No, listen, start doing the research. Start doing the research. The origins of life and humanity is here, nowhere else. And people don't know that, because we're taught that, oh, Egypt is over in Africa, and Jerusalem is over there in Israel, and they put these places out there so you don't look right under your feet. Okay? So when they start burning stuff, flooding stuff, when stuff like that keeps happening, y'all gotta ask yourself, why? Why is this happening? And this ain't no natural disasters. Why is this happening? Okay, so now I want to get into some stuff. So apparently this bushfire, was it a wildfire or bushfire, had been happening down there, and apparently we didn't know outside of America. I found it on Twitter. I was like, why is Maui trending? I was like, is Maui on fire again? And so I clicked on the Maui trending, and I keep seeing California. Oh, it's just like Maui. And I'm saying, okay, so they got another forest fire. What's the big deal? Girl, what is the big deal? The big deal is, girl, they is trying to burn California down to the ground. Okay, now they say they got people out there running. They say people losing their cars, their homes, all type of stuff. What is under them grounds, and why is they burning it up? Okay, y'all need to stop looking at the what. The what is the obvious. I tell y'all that all the time. Listen, the what is and always will be the obvious. You want to crack the shell on some shiznai? Ask the why. Why? Okay, why is California on fire? Why this area? Why? You know what I mean? Why is the fire lasting so long? Why? That's when you start cracking the code to a lot of this bull crap that they're giving us. Stop looking at the what. It's obvious. You can close your eyes and see the what. Start looking at the why. Okay, now I want to give y'all the first clip. Y'all get the likes up on the video, and we gonna come right back. Check it out.
It is hard to make sense of the scale of destruction that we're witnessing this morning. We're here on the Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu. You're looking at one of easily a dozen homes on this stretch alone, absolutely gutted by these massive flames. They're being whipped around by gusts exceeding 100 miles per hour. For some perspective, that's the equivalent of a Category 2 hurricane ripping through this area. There are fire crews here on scene. They are stretched thin. Overnight, this fire exploding to nearly 3,000 acres. It first broke out yesterday morning in the Pacific Palisades, about 5 miles from where we are. It moved so quickly that evacuees, as you can imagine, panicked. With guidance from officials, they actually abandoned their vehicles and fled on foot. Bulldozers later brought in to clear those vehicles. Fortunately, no deaths have been reported yet, but more than 10,000 homes currently threatened. And from what we have seen here on the ground overnight, I would say more than 100 structures easily have been destroyed so far. Making matters worse, you have a second brush fire that broke out last night in Altadena. That is north of LA. The Eaton Fire, as it's being called, has scorched at least 1,000 acres so far, and some desperate scenes are emerging there. Nearly 95 seniors had to be evacuated from an assisted living center in wheelchairs and stretchers. They were later loaded onto city buses and even SWAT vehicles. This truly is the worst case scenario for firefighters. Resources stretched thin, crews split between the fires. The LA Fire Department calling on off-duty staff to come in and assist. The first time they've had to do so in 19 years, calling on local news to get the word out. As we're back here, I'm not sure if you can make out all these embers. They're blowing in some cases more than a mile away, starting new spot fires. As you mentioned, 30,000 plus people under a mandatory evacuation. Those numbers continue to grow as this fire continues to explode out of control this morning.
That is insanitary. What? Okay. First of all, my prayers go out to everybody out there. I ain't never been a part of a fire, but I understand how I feel to have a home and lose everything all in a matter of a split second. Lose everything you already done had. You know what I'm saying? Because that's typically what's going to happen to the people who are evacuating these areas. They're not going to have a home to go back to. And the ones who are lucky enough to have some sort of a home to go back to, they probably will lose most, if not all, of their possessions. Okay? Now, the areas, people are saying in the comments that that's a rich area. Typically, in the past, the rich people would take over the most important areas, right? Let's look at Stone Mountain in Georgia. Do you know that Stone Mountain was taken over by the government? It was taken from the indigenous black people in that area, and it was used for some other stuff, but I won't get into it. But they took over that land, right? And they kept it. Right now, Stone Mountain belongs to who? The state of Georgia. It doesn't belong to a person, but a person owned it. People owned it, okay? Now, why am I using Stone Mountain as a example? Because if there are a lot of rich people being affected in these areas, you have to ask yourself, what is under there? What are they sitting on? What were those rich people sitting on? Because see, y'all gotta understand the way this system works. They don't mind sacrificing 100,000 to us. We like pawns on a chessboard. If you understand chess, pawns are just pawns. You can lose them and you'll be just fine. You don't blink twice when you lose your pawns. It's when you get to your knights, your rooks, you know what I'm saying? Your king, your queen. That's when it becomes a problem. That's why they have so many pawns. And that's what we are, pawns. That's why they have so many pawns, because your pawns are really your sacrificial lambs. That's all they are. They're your sacrificial lambs for your people behind you. And so they don't mind having a couple 100,000 or a couple tens of thousands of people being unalive. That don't matter. That don't do nothing for them. But what is going on and why this area? You know what I mean? That's something we need to get into and dive into. Now, again, the fire looks horrific. I know that California has forest fires all the time, which I've always found suspicious, but neither here nor there. This fire is different. This fire really does remind me of the Maui fires. And it was so interesting about the Maui fires. This is how I felt that they were man-made, because the stuff that should have been burnt to a crisp wasn't. Like, for instance, the trees. How's a car burnt to a crisp, but the tree just still... Tree look like he ain't been nowhere. You feel me? Now, I want to show y'all another video. We're going to get through these videos, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. Y'all get the lights up on the video.
Look at this firefighter. He has not given up.
He's not going to give up.
Just feet away from these flames. And he is going to make sure he...
Sorry, Alex. So we saw, he's there. We saw another firefighter come up trying to help give him a little bit more slack on his hose. But it's just one guy.
It is, Lynette, and there's other resources out here, but everybody's taking a house. There's like 2 or 3 guys that are spread out because they're trying to stay ahead of the flames. Now, here comes another firefighter to try to help him out, and here comes CAL FIRE coming into the scene as well. This is a big mutual aid. Riverside County Fire Department just pulled in here. So there was a call on the radio just a short time ago before you guys came to me that basically said, we need extra help out here, and these guys started mobilizing and moving into the neighborhood. But look, you can see this. This is what these firefighters do. Just a moment ago, this thing was flaming, and this guy was not going to give up. I don't know his name, but this firefighter stood his ground, and he was just shielding himself with that palm tree. And look at this. He was able, as of now, to save this home right here.
Hey, man. Shout out to the person who's comment. Disco the mulatto. She says she been in Cali all her life and it's always been sus. I ain't even from Cali, and I always thought it's been sus that they always having these forest fires. I'm like, man, what is going on? I know it ain't that hot. God damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I've always thought that the fires were suspect. Now, somebody said that The fog could have been accelerant. Possibly. Because let me tell you why. Listen, if you understand that the government is literally controlling the weather, then you understand that they don't just control the rain. They don't only control the cloud seeding. No, that would mean all wind, everything, rain, fires, floods, all of that comes under. If you're a conspiracy theorist like me, and like I told y'all, I'm undefeated. But if you're a conspiracy theorist like me, then you understand that if the government can do cloud seeding, they control all of that stuff. Remember that fog just sitting there? Who knows what's inside that fog? They've been doing doggone chemtrails on us for how many years? Callie Nola says, I'm here in LA right now. Those fires are really suspicious. However, we did have 58 to 100-mile-per-hour winds last night. And you know what's crazy, Callie? Remember we were talking about it the other day. I said it was windy, huh? And remember y'all was putting in the chat where it was windy at? That was yesterday we were talking about that. That was yesterday. I'm talking about people from New Jersey, Florida, Georgia. It was people in Maryland, all type of stuff talking about that wind. Man, watch out. Watch out. Listen, them people in my conspiracy theory brain, pay me no attention. I'm a conspiracy theorist. But listen, them people are controlling all of this stuff. In my opinion, I believe. I had a dream or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, they are capable of controlling and starting fires, controlling and starting floods, controlling and starting rain, sleet, snow, fog, him. You get it? This ain't no game. Now, I know a lot of people, but video. California's been on fire for 100 years. No, it haven't. Duck, goose. Them fires been going on for a long time. Don't get me wrong. However, it's been slowly increasing, slowly getting worse. And I believe they've always been starting them fires in California. It's too much important materials down in California. It's too much important artifact. It's just, man, if people only knew, bro. If people only knew. Bro, I have so much to say, but I want to show y'all one more video because I don't want to spend too much time on it. I got to get back up in here. Y'all get the likes up on the video now. Let's get into this last video.
Dramatic and chaotic. In just 20 minutes, this fast-moving wildfire exploded from 10 to 200 acres, pushed by ferocious winds.
This is a spot fire started by embers. This home is going to go up in flames. There are not firefighters around here. They're simply stretched too thin. You can't even see through the smoke. This entire mountainside is covered in flames. The wind pushing them up to 50 feet into the sky. This neighborhood under threat right now. At least 5 homes destroyed, and you've got people in panic as they're trying to evacuate. Come on, guys!
That included our crew.
We gotta go!
As thousands evacuated, there was gridlock and frustration near the iconic Sunset Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway.
I'm just trying to go save a man's life.
Many had to abandon their cars to flee.
There's a lot of fire right there. That's why the people coming.
Firefighters call this the worst-case scenario. Hurricane-force wind gusts pushing flames into bone-dry brush.
I mean, just look how much has changed in just a couple minutes.
CBS Los Angeles reporter Amanda Starantino was on the balcony of a multi-million-dollar mansion.
The heat is coming right against you. The smoke is billowing towards us.
You can see this fire burning behind us right now.
My colleague Carter Evans lives in one neighborhood under threat.
I'm in the back of this home trying to help the firefighters here. They asked me for help because he couldn't get over the gate. So I'm trying to get the flames out. I'm at the end of the hose. Looks like we got most of this hillside.
Southern California has seen back-to-back fires. This one just 10 miles away from last month's fire in Malibu. In November, fire destroyed more than 200 structures 30 miles north of here in Ventura County. Large planes are now using the Pacific Ocean to scoop up water, a valiant attempt to fight these fast-moving and ever-worsening flames.
And we've retreated to a safer location, but tonight this neighborhood is still on fire and the worst is yet to come. Wind gusts expected to exceed 100 miles per hour overnight. That's the equivalent of a Category 2 hurricane barreling down, Nora.
Jonathan, this is such a dire situation. I know that you have covered so many fires. What makes this different for firefighters? What's the challenge?
The roads here are incredibly narrow. It's been difficult for those crews to access the homes on fire. Then we talk about the panic of the evacuees. We were here on Sunset Boulevard. More than 100 cars, according to officials, were abandoned, and we watched as Good Samaritans got out of their cars to safely direct those evacuees out of harm's way. A long night ahead tonight, Nora.
All right, thinking of your safety and others, Jonathan Vigliotti, thank you very much.
Man, look, okay. So y'all seen those fires. Callie Nola was saying that it's a damp area where these people are. That ain't no regular like forest fire. I don't know if y'all saw what I saw, but that wasn't no regular schmegular forest fire. This is the thing. We live in an artificial world, you know what I mean? And we don't even realize it, right? Now, granted, the fire is happening. People are losing their loved ones and houses. That's really happening. But the setup of it all is what people don't understand. So, for instance, they take a real fire, but it's created. Let me give y'all a scenario on my conspiracy theory brain. They take a real fire, but they create it. So meaning it don't start from its natural sources. You remember back in the day on TV, they tell you if you want to start a fire, rub two sticks together. You know what I'm saying? And then you could create a fire. They're creating their own version of a fire. But this fire aren't to be put out or can't be put out the way that a regular fire would. Not only that, it probably accelerates and catches way faster. Okay, so that's why the lady said on top of that balcony, we've been here in minutes, and this is how bad it's gotten within minutes. Okay, so boom. Now there's a win-win-win-win-win situation for the government if this is the case, because this is what happens. Number one, we get them lands. We get that land because them people, them rich people probably ain't gonna come back and rebuild. And even if they do, we'll probably offer them some astronomical amount of money to have them never come back. You know what I'm saying? Let me just buy the house like they did in Maui. So number one, you get to move the people off the land. Number two, whatever it is you're trying to hide, whatever it is you're trying to take away from the public so that they don't know, you're now destroying it. Okay, you're now destroying it. So I got the people off the land, and whatever is on and under that land that I'm trying to destroy before people catch on, because we are catching on in 2025. Boom, I can get rid of it. Right? Everything, when you start looking at old monuments and all that stuff, not the ones they put up here in America, like, no, not that. When you start looking at old ancient stuff, it's always has some damage to them. That's why all of your pyramids or all of your statues had a nose jacked off of them, because that's the people. This is what they do. This is what they do. So now the mortgage people make their money. The government gets the land. They get to take care of all of the minerals and resources or whatever it is that they're trying to hide from the public, right? And number four, whatever it is they want to do with that land, they get to go on and do it. It's a win-win-win-win situation for the powers that be, if what I'm saying is real. Okay? And I'm only using that terminology because we on a public platform. So with that being said, because most people are blindly walking around not understanding that the soil we are walking on is very, 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 very valuable, they can do things like this and people won't think twice about it. I always said it as a little girl. If Africa is the motherland, why everybody ain't go over there and colonize? Why they came to America? I'm talking about 6, 7, 8 years old. It just never made sense. If Africa got all of the gold, Africa got all of the oil, Africa got all of this, that, and the third, why they ain't go over there? Why they came over here? Because what they do is to keep your mind off of realizing what you're standing on and who it belongs to, they take you elsewhere. Oh no, look, that's Egypt over there. And oh, look, that's Spain over there. And oh, look, that's it. And you get to thinking, okay, so if that is there, then what I'm standing on has no value. You get it? That's why that Back to Africa movement I told y'all about yesterday was a problem, because this is how it works. If they can distract you, it's the old made you look tactic. If they can distract you and tell you that something is elsewhere or outside of where you are, you won't pay attention. So you'll just look at the forest fire like, oh my God, it's horrible. They just had a forest fire. Or you'll look at a flood and say, oh my God, that's horrible. People flooded. And you won't think twice about it because you don't know. You don't know. So we got to be mindful of that. But my heart and prayers go out to them people down in California, even the rich people, because, you know, I've been through a devastation where this is how I tell people all the time when I went through Katrina. You ever went to work one day and when you clocked out, you already was thinking about what you had to do when you get home. When you clocked out and got ready to get in your car and go home, you realized you didn't have a home no more. Everything that you ever owned, everything that you ever had, pictures, obituaries, heirlooms, gone. Everything. So I sympathize with people losing their things. You know what I'm saying? And even rich people, because it's a traumatic situation to go through. Okay. Oh yeah, they definitely got some tunnels down there. You got to know that. They definitely got some tunnels going on down there. But ultimately, it's a lot. So I feel like they hiding something. And I'm about to tell you right now, Trump gonna get on here and talk crazy as hell. And most people, because we automatically assume he crazy, is just gonna ignore him. Start paying attention to some of the stuff he be saying. He ain't always right now. Don't get me wrong. But he'll come on here and say some ignorant shit like, oh yeah, the fire. Most of y'all think it's real, but it's fake. And then people like, oh my God, it's so insensitive. I can't believe he said that. It is real. People have lost their lives. I know someone up there, somebody lost their house. How dare he say that? He's so insensitive. But he don't have no truth intact. What he's saying is, yes, the fire itself is real, duck, goose. What he's saying is, it's all a lie. He was saying, let me get my boy up here. What he's saying is, it's survival because it was all a lie.
Survival. I hear somebody lie. Smells like somebody lie.
You got to learn to decode that orange mother effer's messages. I'm telling you, because he don't, and I think he do that on purpose too. But he get on here and say some most ignorant shit at the worst time ever. And people get so emotionally charged, they don't want to hear nothing else. Oh my God, he's horrible. But when you start, hindsight is 20/20. I go back to a lot of shit he said about that panorama, and not everything, because he told one lady to tell her husband drink some bleach. But it was a lot of things he was saying that was true. It was true. Even if you don't like Trump, just keep your ears open, please. But my prayers go out, like I said, to everybody that's out there. Anybody that's missing, that's going through some type of stuff like this, because that's sad. But we'll keep up on it. If they say it started last night, huh? Didn't they say it started last night and then it's still going on today? Man, that ain't, man. Something in the milk ain't clean with that. Something in the milk ain't clean. T Styles says, thank you for the super chat. She says, Miami Facebook be so ghetto. Girl, girl, you ever been to New Orleans Facebook? Oh my God. Girl, New Orleans Facebook will have you. Listen, New Orleans people use Facebook and Instagram to conduct the fight that they about to have. I'm pretty sure a lot of Negroes is like that in all of the hoods. See, the Facebook and Instagram for the New Orleans people, that's just to start the fight. Now we about to go live and meet up, and I'll be right there looking. Girl, I'm pretty sure Miami Facebook is hood, just like New Orleans Facebook. It is extremely hood. Do you hear me? It feel like walking into poverty, girl, but it's so lit you don't want to leave. You know what I mean? Like y'all ever had a family member that didn't stay in the best area, but it's so fun you still want to spend a night? Yeah, you know that cousin, their house, it be dirty. You know what I mean? The mama don't be cooking, the house be dirty, and it's hood like a mother. Niggas be getting shot, but it's so fun. You don't care. You still want to spend a night. That's what New Orleans Facebook and Instagram is. It's like that. It's like that, you know. Yeah, you scared to take your shoes off, you're scared to eat, but it's still lit, so it don't matter. You just, you know what I'm saying? You'll just sleep with your slippers on. You know, type T's. You start making arrangements to make sure you can still be there. Oh, mama, I could go by cousin so-and-so house. No, them people don't wash their churn. No, them people don't be cooking that lady house dirty. Her house nasty. Well, I'm gonna keep my shoes on. You know what I'm saying? Don't take no bath in that tub. I'm not. Girl, you will sacrifice eating and sleeping to go by that cousin house. That's New Orleans Facebook and Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shout out to Negroes, bro. We is one of a kind. The Don, thank you for the super chat. He says, wasn't Cali the first state to agree to reparations? No. So the people in California wanted reparations, and they got a bunch of foreigners with the hard R on the Black Caucus, and they got those people to get up there and say that oh, we helping y'all, but behind the scenes they were sabotaging it because they were foreigners with the hard R. They just shared melanin. But yeah, that's what happened. They wanted the reparations, but the governor played with them people. Thank you for the super chat. BeingTrueLove.com, thank you for the super chat. I was an inmate fighter in my youth. An inmate fighter? You was in jail? Prison? It was slave labor under the California Youth Authority. Oh yeah, you was in child prison. They shut down all youth prisons in 2023, something I advocated for, and now these are the results. Oh wow. So they used to have them churn out there fighting fires like the Bell? Like Smokey? Oh my God. Girl, y'all some real heroes. Thank you for your service. I mean, ish, because y'all committed crimes, but I guess you kind of paid it back, right? Shout out. I'm so conflicted. I love this, but I feel bad. But you know what I mean? I'm just so conflicted about the whole situation. Shout out though. Thank you for your service. You know, I mean, I hate that you had to, you know, let's move on. BeingTrueLove.com send me another super chat. Regular firefighters do not do the wild land like that. They sit at the station. So unless commercial firefighters get out there and do the real firefighting, you will see even more fires in California. Oh wow, that's big. That's huge actually. Oh man, shout out BeingTrueLove.com. Shout out. I ain't know they was using them churn for child labor, girl. They got churn out there fighting fires, swimming across oceans, girl. They wrong for that now. They wrong for that. Your child get locked up, you think he just gonna sit down in prison. Whole time he going up to space with the astronauts and all of that because they need help. Girl, that's a time. Girl, I can't believe California did all of that. But I kind of don't really feel bad because they're prisoners. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know how to feel about it. But shout out to BeingTrueLove.com and all the other people. Thank y'all for y'all services. Now I gotta get off here, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all hit the like button if you haven't already. It's a free way to get the channel, get the video in the algorithm and support, right? Shout out to everybody in the building. Though if you're new to the channel, thank you for coming. Go ahead, subscribe, and if you're returning, welcome back. I see y'all tomorrow, girl. They say Jimmy Carter, his funeral tomorrow, huh? Something like that. Y'all want to talk about it? I don't, but we'll just see if they gonna open the casket and if he gonna pop out like the Crypt Keeper. Girl, bye. Let me get up off here. I love y'all down to the ground. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, Blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.